Captain America? What Captain America? Yeah, like you haven't heard. Hey everyone, how you doing? This is PX Mr. Collector, and welcome to my YouTube channel, episode number 21. I know, right? Aren't I a funny guy? Like, everybody has heard about Captain America. The question is, when are we gonna get him? Because I continuously get another email and another email and another email.
You've got mail.
Saying that Captain America from Endgame is going to be delayed again. Yeah, so now they're saying June. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, don't let that spoil your excitement about the new Captain America. That's right. Yeah, I got to tell you, that figure looks amazing. I mean, it looks smoking. Yeah, the flag colors, the way the wings are articulated. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful figure, and I'm excited that it's happening. But we knew it was coming. It was just a matter of when, But I'm really, really stoked. Really, really stoked. So yeah, can't wait to get it. Yes, I think they're saying mid 2022, something like that. Yeah, so let's hopefully let's hope it's not 2023. It could be. You never know. Never know, right? So, more news.
News alert, breaking news. News alert, breaking news.
I noticed that Sideshow had a lot of new stuff, right? So I don't know if you guys have ever done this. There's always those figures that stand out, right? For example, Captain America, right? Everybody's like, woo. But I know there's some collectors out there that collect other stuff that I have no concept whatsoever about, whether it has to do with a video game, whether it has to do with anime, whether it has to do with other, comics that I have no clue whatsoever, right? So today I decided that once I saw that there were like 3 figures that I automatically wanted, right, that were new, then I was curious to see what else is available. So I go to the new list and I put in, I get bored with the scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So I said, okay, show me 144 items and, make it go by quicker. I was at page 15 and I gave up. I was starting to get cross-eyed. I mean, but I got to tell you, there's a lot of cool stuff out there. I mean, all kinds of cool stuff. And you just got to keep yourself in check, right? Because I could have gone into at least 20 things that I normally don't collect. Because it looks so cool. It looks so fascinating. And I was like, oh, wow, look at that. Oh, wow, look at that. And then I said, oh, wow, look at that price. You know what I'm talking about. That's crazy. Oh my God, some of these prices are ridiculous. Oh man, it really takes the fun out of collecting. It really, really does. I'm so glad that I collect 6 scale figures because at least, they come with accessories. You could articulate them. They've got fabric. You could work with that. But a lot of this other stuff, it just sits there. There it is. So I looked at this. I think it could have been pewter. Could have been. I'm not sure. Pewter like. The spaceship with the little frog in it, right? You've seen it. Cute as heck. 600 and something dollars for that. That's crazy. I think it's about this big. Crazy. I couldn't do it. I don't want to do it. So that's what I'm saying. Keep yourself in check. The other day I saw that somebody posted on Facebook. I always just crack up when people ask strangers. Oh, which one should I get? Right? And like I told you, what does it matter? Get what you want. Get what you want. What is it that you like? What moves you? Why are you so confused? But I think it's a crack up. But somebody the other day posted something like, they something came up and they were wondering whether they should get it. And then they put the price down, like it was almost like a good deal. It was almost $4,000. That is just, I'm sorry. My response to that, I literally responded to this guy. I was like, in some states, that's a down payment on a house. What do I want? A statue or a house? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. You got to keep yourself in check, And my thought is like, I know that when I decide to get rid of some of my figures, that they're going to sell, right? That I know that I'm going to get a great deal on some of my collection. But when you invest a lot of money on just one thing, and it's something that is not very popular, it's got like a very small audience, that's something to rethink. So just train of thought, just put it out there, it's just, you guys, I get, just like me, I like salivate. When I see all these things that are being offered, I'm like, oh my God. It's like, yeah, but got to keep yourself in check. So the other day I actually counted how many figures I had in my cart that I've been paying on, right? Because it seems like, some months are, ridiculous. And then, and you know how that goes. There's no way you can control it because what happens is that you are paying off, some pre-orders, and then there's nothing happening with that one figure or 2 figures or 3 figures, right? So that everything's in limbo. And then that 1 month, everything's available. So what happens is that's adds up. That's what happens. So I think that's what happened to me last month. That I was like, oh wow. So then I said, well, let me count. Let's see, what is it? And I was really shocked when I found out that I really don't have that much on pre-order. I've been getting with a lot of my figures in, and I'm really happy with that. And I know that a lot of stuff that I've gotten is either sold out or wait list is full. So I'm feeling good about those things. So yeah, so let's talk about some more news.
Hello, special delivery. Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah, so besides Captain America, and I wrote Captain America, wow. Yeah, wow. Yeah, beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then I'm wondering if they're gonna do a figure of what is it, John Walker, right? Because I think they need to. They need to. No spoiler alert though, because I still haven't seen the last 2 episodes of Winter Soldier. Yeah, and I actually, my husband had to go away, and we were watching it together, and he's not much into that type of stuff. So the fact that he was actually watching this with me, I thought, you know what, it's best that I wait for him to come back and we'll watch the last two episodes together. Just so that I could have a conversation with somebody about it. It's tough when I get excited about something and there's no one I can relate with. So I'm waiting for that to happen, and I believe Loki should be starting soon. And the Loki figure, what's up with that? From Endgame, no word on that whatsoever. So here's the thing let me just put it out there while we're talking about it. I had placed an order for Loki maybe a year ago through Toys Wonderland, thinking that they're coming from Hong Kong, so therefore Hong Kong had selling it before, and I went and put my pre-order in, and when I realized that it wasn't even made yet, there was no clue of it. So unlike Hot Toys, Sideshow, they in Toys Wonderland, they'll take your money. They'll just keep taking your money, even to the last payment. Where Sideshow doesn't take your last payment until the figure is ready to be shipped out. So, which I think is better. So I have paid off my Loki, oh my God, months and months and months ago, and still no word whatsoever from Loki. And then I have a feeling that what's going to happen now is that now the series is going to come out, and then of course they're going to have to come out with a Loki for the series, and I bet you that's going to come out before the Endgame Loki comes out. Just like there's a possibility that that's going to happen with Captain America. I don't know what to believe anymore. So it's a little funky, a little tricky there. So the other thing that I noticed, as far as new stuff, we love that new stuff, is Harry Potter. And I got to tell you, Star Ace Toys is doing a really good job with that. Yeah, I and some of the figures, I call him Professor Snape. I think that he already came out and I missed out on him, just like some other figures did. And I was like, okay, well, in the secondary market, some of those figures get ridiculous. So I was like, it is what it is. I'll just get whatever happens from here on and build up that way. Well, all of a sudden I noticed that Star Ace is bringing out some of those main characters based on one of, I think there were 8 movies, based on a different movie. So there's a possibility that they're going to continue bringing out some of the main characters, featuring them from a different movie. So this time I noticed that they did a Harry Potter Deluxe. I'm so excited. I am so excited because I definitely missed the train on Harry Potter. And of course, he being the main guy, the main boy. The secondary market was ridiculous. And, and then also people hold on to him, right? They're not going to be letting him go. They hold on to him. So when I saw that they came out with the deluxe figure for Harry Potter, I am stoked. Yeah. So this is from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Looks just like Daniel Radcliffe. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And what's really cool about this one is, first of all, the broom. The broom is hot. It is smoking. It is cool looking. Very, Shakespearean looking and wizardly and very different. Like, I really, really like the broom a lot. But then I also saw that he has some really cool accessories. So he has the golden egg that opens up and it lights up. So that's a cool feature. And then the Tri-Wizard Cup. It is beautiful. And it also lights up because it has a stand that has LED lights in it. And when you put the egg on it or the cup, the light comes through and it brightens them up. Really cool feature. So that's on the deluxe of the Harry Potter for the Goblet and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. So Yeah, good one, good one, good one. Then the other one that's coming up, which I know that I think there was a previous one that came out, and I was like, there is no way it's gonna happen. And I almost got them in the secondary market. And for some reason, I don't know whether somebody got it before I did or it didn't happen, but something stopped me from doing it. And I think it could have been the price. It could have been easily the price. Or he wasn't as important to me as something else that I got. That happens, right? Lord Voldemort. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Ray Fiennes. Yes, 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 yes. And this one is from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Yes. Cool, cool, cool looking. His accessories aren't as cool as Harry Potter's, but one thing I really like is that his cape, right, his robe, it seems like it has some really cool wiring. So when he does the wand, you could really do some really cool effects with that, and that is gonna be sweet looking. And but the face, they Star Ace, they're doing a really good job with these head sculpts. So I'm excited about that. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. And I'm noticing too that there are a lot of nice figures coming out for Game of Thrones. So if you're into Game of Thrones, I think it's Asmus that's coming out with the Game of Thrones figures. And they're doing a really good job with that. So, and I noticed they just added another character. So I think I have like maybe 4 already. So the collection is building up nicely. And then it's the same thing with Lord of the Rings. Now, Lord of the Rings, they got some beautiful figures coming out because, between the Elf Clan and, the only thing that about the Lord of the Rings is that I really hope that they come back with all the hobbits because I missed out the train on the first one, and I'm hoping that they bring those back because that's the only way that I think we're going to be able to get them if you missed it the first time around. So, fingers crossed on that. Yeah, so now, since we're talking about, Harry Potter, there's only one thing that I got to say. It's mail time!
It never fails. Makes me want to wag my tail when it comes.
That's right. I gotta tell you, that's my favorite part. And because I have not been connecting with you in the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, I've been busy. I've been busy doing some other stuff. And I got some treats. I got some treats that have come in the mail, and some of it is fun stuff, and some of it is funner stuff. Yeah. So hold on one second. I got to share some stuff with you. So I noticed that there's some things on Sideshow that are waitlisted, and both Cyclops are now waitlisted, right? And that happened faster than I thought, especially with the yellow one. So I was, and then I noticed that. So let me tell you one thing that I'm actually perturbed about. So one of the messages that I get, another email.
News alert, breaking news. News alert, breaking news.
From Sideshow saying that my Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike is delayed. And what would upset me was that I just saw somebody on Facebook bragging about what they just got in the mail. I was like, what? Yeah. So I thought for sure that I would be getting it soon, that I'll be getting, people are starting to get it, I'm next. No, I'm now delayed, and I think they said June. Yeah. So I was bummed about that. Yeah, what's up with that? Anyway, but look who I got here. I've got from Harry Potter. And this is from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Oh, Azkaban, I'm sorry. Yeah. Ho, ho, ho! Check him out. Yeah. So he's got a cool map. Then the wand, they got this like special effect that you add to it, right? And I really love that. I can't wait to shine some light on that. But this is Remus Lupin, and he was one of the favorite professors at Hogwarts, who was also a buddy of Harry Potter's father, right? Who had the dark secret. So you only get this with the deluxe figure. Bam! Look at that. What? That is crazy. Yeah, so he came with the werewolf head sculpt and the really creepy werewolf hands. Look at those. Right? Yeah, so I think that that's going to be a good option. That's going to be a good option. I think that, you know, once I get like a really cool like a school diorama, as you know, the building, that this will be a great setup. So I was really, really impressed with that. And when I looked them up on Sideshow, sold out. Yeah, sold out. So here's the bummer about that. So I know that you guys have been hearing about the like the double box, right? And some people are like wondering, well, why should I get the double box? Why should I get the double box? Well, I have been telling people the reason you get the double box, like once I find out what the deal with that really is because it protects your shipper box. So it's something to really think about, especially when I showed you what happened to my box. Right? So, cool box. You see him there turning into a werewolf, right? But look what happened to the box. Can you see that? Yeah, look at that. Totally indented, broken in the face. Yeah, look at that. Big rip. Not good. So when I checked out the shipper box, sure enough, shipper box had the same thing. The figure thank God was good, but I'm like, why couldn't it happen to this side? It had to happen to his face, like right on the middle of his face. So this is a perfect reason of why you need the second box. Because if I would have gotten the second box, it would have protected the shipper box and this box from that happening. So there's a perfect lesson to be learned. Yeah. So, and the thing is that I can't return it. I can't return it because it's sold out. They don't have another one to give me. So that's going to be an issue that you're going to face by not getting the second box. If you want to return it, you're going to probably have the same problem that I have, that there is no other one. So that's a problem. And also, too, I want you to know that sometimes, you know, many times, we don't have a choice but to pre-order because the figure is not available yet. So if you want to guarantee it, you got to kind of pre-order it, right? So you're kind of you're caught in a catch-22 situation, because if you were able to get it immediately, right? Bam, get it immediately. And then something like this happens, you could actually return it because there might be another one available. Versus prepaying for it, some other people get it first, you know, the first batch, second batch, or maybe the third batch, right? So when I looked that up, sure enough, it was sold out. So even if I wanted to return it, no bueno. Yeah, so I was bummed about that. But at the same time, what made me feel better was like the fact that the figure itself is fine and that I'm not going to use the box. I'm actually going to put this back in the shipper box and then I'm going to go ahead and store it. So I really wasn't that, you know, once I got over the bum feeling, I'll be fine. I'm fine now. Yeah, but it sucked. So yeah, so I'm really excited about him. I really am. He was one of my favorite characters in the movie, and I'm stoked. I'm stoked. Yeah. So now when I build my cabinets, I'm gonna have to have my like Harry Potter section because I'm really liking the figures. I think they're doing a really great job with that. So yay, yay, yay to Star Ace. Good job. So what else did I get in the mail? Oh, so let me fill you in on this. So you guys know that I'm a fan of Integrity Toys. I'm really fascinated with that, especially the Gem and the Holograms series. And Integrity Toys, had been in this campaign for like the new convention, and it has to be virtual because of COVID. And just like Comic-Con of this past summer, I've never been to a Comic-Con. And here's the weirdest thing. I only live like 8 blocks away from Comic-Con. I know, crazy. But my thing is that, and I'm going to have to do it someday. I'm feeling that I'm going to have to, right? But my thing is that, it costs so much money to go inside Comic-Con that I prefer to take that money and buy something that I really want. And so this year, when they did it virtual, I freaking loved it. I freaking loved it because I was able to see all the stuff that was being offered. I was able to get reward points. I was able to pre-order. Put stuff on reserve. I really got a lot of benefits from the virtual convention, and I'm hoping that it's a game changer. I'm hoping that in the next year, when they're opening the convention again and we're able to go, that they do both, because I think that if they were smart and, that they're about making money, that it's going to be a cool way for them to include everybody. So, yeah, so let's hope. So Integrity Toys had no choice but to kind of do the same thing. And one thing that I got to tell you that kind of sucks about an Integrity Toy is the fact that they're very limited. The supply is very, very limited. We never get a Hot Toy figure or very rare that it says, we only have this quantity, right? Most of the time, they don't do that, right? So we have no idea until they just say, waitlisted or sold out. But Integrity Toys, they tell you right off front, we only have 550 of this, and basically there are 3 ways of doing it. First come, first serve, lottery, or half and half. Right? So what happens is, it stresses you out. So, and they're so secretive. So this whole week, they came out with the next selection. And they send out an email to the members, and the best thing to do is become a member. If you want in, that's the best way to do it. So, and like I tell you, they have no website. So, they send you the list, and then you go through dealers to get what you want. And one of the dealers now is Sideshow, but then again, not for every figure. Not for every figure. So, sure enough, they send the email telling you the dates, and everything is very secretive, and you got to make sure that you're connected at this time because that's when I'm going to make the announcements. So you're kind of married to, just like Hot Toys. That Sideshow time does that. It's unfair for people who are working. It's unfair for people who got a life. Not everybody could be glued to technology, right? Whether it's cell phone, iPad, television, whatever it is, at that exact same time. So sure enough, I see messages from members, complaining that they lost out because they were 10 or 15 minutes late. Well, 2 minutes late, 1 minute late, you're screwed. So with that said, they came out with this thing of, we're going to introduce the first 3 figures, and we're going to give you the code so that you could go on Sideshow at this specific time. So I was ready. I was ready. I was like, I'm trying to like get ahead of the game. So lucky me that I was able to get 2 of the 3 selections. The sad part for me is that it's the 3rd selection that I really wanted. I contacted every dealer on the list, and I don't know how I'm trying to figure out the game, because by the time that I got to every dealer, they already had sold out. They already had sold out. So all I could do is get on the wait list, right? And but the chances of me getting it are very, very slim, because unlike Hot Toys, these figures are inexpensive in comparison. They don't even compare. They may be, some figures may be half the price or even 1/3 of the price. So it's like nothing in comparison. So with that, the amount of people that get them is a lot greater, right? So I'm not counting on that. So that was one batch. Then they sent out another emails with the secret stuff for Gem and the Holograms. And I think I told you that in Gem and the Holograms, they're Gem and the Holograms, the band. And then they are the imposters, who are called the Misfits. I don't have any of the Misfits. So I was excited about it, and I saw them, and I was like, oh yeah, these are smoking, right? I gotta get them. And I really was stressing, because the best deal was through them on Sideshow. Once they go to the dealers, it's scary stuff. It's scary stuff. So, I'll give you an example, right? So I think through the special deal, if you get it through their lottery, I think it was like $240 for 2 figures, which is really, really cheap. If you get it through Sideshow, then it was $290, which is still really, really cheap. I saw it through the dealers at $625. That's a huge difference. That takes the fun right out of it, especially when you know what they came out for, right? So I was like, oh man, they're kind of taking the fun out of it, So, however, they ask questions because they are trying to figure out how to make everybody happy, and you're a member. So with that, I guess a lot of members were complaining, and a lot of members also were being nasty. And I feel bad for the company because, they're limited. They're limited. So, but with that, I could understand the frustration of people, because it really does take the fun out of it that, you want to get in the game, and they make it really, really hard for you because they're so limited, and the system is not an easy system. So with that, I guess people were sending all kinds of nasty letters and messages where they, on their YouTube announcements, they basically said, that is not acceptable. We will definitely turn you off. We will get you off the club. We do not deserve that, blah, 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 blah. But I understand some of the frustration that the members have. So with that said, I guess because of the way people have been reacting, they decided to do the best they can to make everybody happy. So they sent out emails asking you, how would you like to work this? Do you prefer this? Do you prefer that? Right? And like giving us better ways to get a figure and make it easier for us. So with that said, for the new hologram, for the Misfits, they decided that they were doing, through Google, they send you an email and they tell you at this exact time, on this day, you hit this link, and you fill out this form, and it's first come, first serve type of thing. So that's a little stressful. So sure enough, there I was, right on time. And I gotta tell you, it was so easy that I wasn't sure if I did it right. Yeah, it came up, and when they're like, fill out the form, I'm like, oh my God, by the time you fill out the form, 10 other people are ahead of you, and there go the numbers, right? But the form was I think it was your name, your email, and something else, and submit. So I did it. And I think within 10, 15 minutes, they sent me an email back that I got the figure and they got my first payment. So I am stoked stoked. Yeah, so I am so happy. And with that said, one of my pre-order Gem and the Holograms from Sideshow that I actually been paying for months, it finally arrived. And this one is Phyllis Gabor, Pizzazz, and Roxanne Pellegrini, which is Roxy. So I was really excited when I saw this. And I see this little box and I'm like, wow. But when I picked it up, I was like, wow, that box is heavy. Yeah, that's like, couldn't wait. So here they are. Gem and the Holograms. And this one is, it says, let's see, Gem and the Holograms, Truly Outrageous Souvenir Dolls. Truly outrageous. And it's a really cool box. Right, so that's how it opens. And, you know, it has two boxes in there, the two figures. And then there, your certificate. Right, sweet. Very nice, very compact. And then here's the box. Right, so I think that you remember in one of my reviews, I think it was like the first time that I opened one of these, I didn't understand the artwork because it looks nothing like the figure inside. So I didn't understand, well, where are they coming up with that? And I think they're coming up with that from the design of the animation. So then when I kind of saw that, I was like, okay, now I get it. Right? So with that said, this is Roxy of my first Misfits. Yay! Yeah, so this is the first two of the Misfits, and then I got the lottery today, or yesterday. The other two Misfits. And they come with the instruments and smoking. But check her out. Look at her. I mean, that is awesome. See her guitar, right? And then in here are the accessories, like her shoes and whatever else she has. Right? And remember, these are designed from the 1980s. So that's why there's the big hair and, you know, it doesn't look like a modern look, but that's because it's from the 80s. Yeah, look at that. So very, very happy. Very, I am stoked about this. So that's one. And then the second one is Pizzazz. Right, so there's the box. Right, little glitter. And then when you open this one, yeah, check her out. Can you see that? Let me see if I could get you to see the light. Look at that. I know. Yeah, so I am stoked. Stoked. Yeah, so I have been getting like collecting for a while now some of the like instruments and some microphones and stuff like that because I want to do a concert stage. I think that'll be a great diorama to do with these figures. So I am really excited and happy that is happening. I know. That was really exciting for me. So yeah, and so then the next one, Barbie. Yeah, so I got something interesting from Barbie. So you remember, oh my God, what was that movie? Let's see. Hunger Games. Right? So in Hunger Games, of all the characters, um, that of all the characters of the movie, the one that I always got a kick out of was Effie. Yeah, I thought Effie was awesome. So Barbie did a tribute to Effie, and this is from Hunger Games, Catching Fire. Every revolution begins with a spark. And check her out. I think they did a freaking great job with Effie. Right, there she is. Look at that. That is so awesome. I'm trying to see if they say, I can't remember the actress that played her. Um, but I was so, yeah, I don't see, they don't mention the actress. Yeah, somebody famous that we all know, like Elizabeth Banks or something like that. But I know, right? Check her out. Check her out. Yeah. Yeah, like even the shoes are really, really cool. But I thought that that's a must-have for that series, that collection. And then I have seen this one in many great collections. There's some amazing, great collectors of Barbie out there. And, when they show it like a museum, you realize how beautiful the quality of these dolls really is. And there was one that I always thought, oh, that was really, really cool looking. And it's the only one that I've ever seen like this. And this is from Barbie Generations of Dreams, the ultimate tribute to the doll that started it all. And I guess this was her 50th anniversary. Yeah, her 50th anniversary. And it's all about that dress. Right? So, yeah, it's the only one that I've ever seen like that. Yeah, so I was really, really, really stoked about this. And it's from one of their top designers, which is Robert Best. He's the guy. And there's his design. Right? So for a Barbie collector, this is like a must-have. Yeah, this is like a must-have. Now, I'm not sure, I'm sure that many of you guys that follow me because of Hot Toys have no concept of Barbie whatsoever, and you probably don't even care, right? But like I said, I collect a lot of stuff, and it just opens up a window to something that's new and different. And if you don't know anything about Barbie, the one thing that I'm sure you don't know is that, like I tell you, once you remove her out of the box, she loses like 50% of the value, and in many cases. But the thing about it is that one thing that you don't realize is that hair, right? You see that hair? It's almost like stapled. So it's like attached to her dress. And then in the back, it's also attached to the back of her dress. But one thing that people don't realize is that the back of the head, for the reason why it's so sturdy like that, is almost like stapled to the back of her head. There's a plastic that you really can't see, but you see there's a gap between her head and the backing. That's because that plastic right there, her hair and her head is stapled to that. So when you see people unboxing a Barbie, they literally take that plastic comes with her. Like when you pull her out and the plastic is attached to her, and you kind of got to rip it up, like rip it off, right? I'm like, they got to think of something better than that. I mean, that really sucks, right? So yeah. So I'm not really crazy about that whole idea. And it's with these type of boxes. Where it comes to the Silkstone, that's a whole different game. That's like that high caliber, and they're like tied with ribbon, right? Very, very different. But these, I'm like, wow, that's a shame that they do that. So now you know. Yeah, that's crazy, crazy. And then I think I told you guys that one of my favorite collections actually Twilight. There's certain like series like that. Like Twilight was one, and then American Horror was another one. And when I found out that they were making action figures of these characters, I was stoked. So I thought that Barbie was the only one that had done Twilight, and they basically did all the characters. And I think one of my previous episodes, I showed you that for my birthday, one of my holy grails was that I found out years ago that Robert Tanner made a collection of the Twilight series as well. But the pricing on it was like crazy, crazy, crazy. So for my birthday, I got James because Barbie didn't make James, and I was totally stoked with the fact that I got James at a really good price. So then recently, I found Alice. Now Alice, when it came to Barbie, she was the most desirable figure of all of them. For some reason, people wanted Alice. So Alice went from $29 to $300. That's crazy. That's crazy. And 300, that's lowballing it. So I waited and waited years until finally I got her through eBay at a really amazing price. But then I found out that Tanner also made Alice. And they made Alice from Twilight New Moon. So I found this woman in Canada who was selling her at a really good price. And I had to jump on it. I negotiated with her back and forth. And I got Alice. Yeah. Yeah. So I believe she's 16 inches. Yeah. And I am so stoked. Maybe she's 13 inches. No, I think she's 13 inches. Yeah, she's 13 inches because the other ones are 16. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, so stoked. Good for Robert Tanner and for doing that, Yeah, so then I wanted to show you something that just for fun. So years ago, I got this Barbie by this company that was called Trailer Trash Barbie. Freaking hilarious. As a matter of fact, I have her up here because her battery went out. And I've been, it's been so long, so many years that I'm having a hard time removing the screw, right? That little screw back here. So I'm hoping that I could get it out because she says phrases that are freaking hilarious, but she comes with a leather jacket, baby in arm, but she's pregnant, right? She's pregnant, rollers in her hair, blue eyeshadow, cigarette in her mouth. She's missing a tooth, barefoot, right? So freaking hilarious. The things that she says are, oh my God, like unbelievable. So it is a great gag gift. I mean, it is just hilarious. It's hard to find now, but I have had her for years and years, and she has brought me such joy because it's just freaking hilarious. Every time somebody come over, I got her like, you press her belly button and she'll say different things. So with that, I say, oh, I wonder, if there is another one that I can find, if I can remove that screw. But I'm talking, it's been a long time, so I wasn't sure. So I wasn't able to find her. But what I was able to find, which as you can see, I'm already laughing. Let me see if I can reach it. And this is freaking hilarious. Drag queen. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't resist it. It's like, this is a big guy. He's got some big shoulders. And it says, I feel pretty, also pretty. It's a boy. But it's the same company that did Trader Trash Barbie. So I think that for my diorama, this is gonna be hilarious to hook up. You know, you gotta have a sense of humor. And I think that he also speaks. I think like 20 years old, and is in the box. I don't think it's ever been opened, so I don't know what he says or not. So I'm not gonna pull him out until I set up a diorama, and I think it'll be hilarious. But I couldn't resist. I just couldn't resist. Yeah. So on that note, I'm gonna say goodnight. You guys, please don't forget, like. Hope you had a good laugh with me. Hope I was able to give you some good information. I will get back to you with some other good stuff. Yeah, let's see what's out there. And subscribe. I think it's right here. Yeah, right there. See my face? Tap on that. Please share it. Tell other people about my channel. It's been a hoot. It's been a hoot. So guys, take care. Please continue collecting. See ya.